All right, everybody, welcome back. We're diving headfirst into the world of AI today. And I know you guys are all over this stuff already.
Yeah.
But the question we're tackling is a big one. Are we on the verge of actual artificial general intelligence? We're talking machines as smart as humans across the board.
Not just good at one thing.
Right. Not just beating us at chess or writing a decent poem. We're talking full-on sci-fi level intelligence. To help us unpack this, we've got a fascinating article that really digs into the current state of AGI research.
Plus, we've got some contrasting viewpoints.
Oh yeah, from some pretty heavy hitters. We're talking Elon Musk.
And Sam Altman from OpenAI.
Two guys who definitely don't shy away from big predictions and even bigger concerns when it comes to AI. So buckle up. This deep dive is going to be a wild ride.
So the article kicks off by highlighting something that I found really interesting.
Okay.
It's this idea of incremental progress. We see all these headlines about AI breakthroughs, right? But it's not like there's been this one massive aha moment where suddenly, boom, we have AGI. Instead, what we're seeing is AI getting better and better at lots of individual tasks.
It's like we're collecting all these pieces of a giant puzzle, but we still don't know what the final picture looks like.
Exactly. Like we've got these language models that can write almost like a human.
It's crazy.
And image recognition systems that are mind-blowingly accurate. But stitching it all together, creating a machine that can learn and understand anything a human can, that's still the big mystery.
$1 million question, right? So what's the article say about those missing pieces? What's holding us back from that AGI is here moment?
Well, one of the biggest hurdles, and this is something we humans often take for granted, is common sense reasoning.
Common sense.
Think about it. You can tell a joke to a friend, and they get it.
Hopefully.
Right. Or you can kind of predict how someone might react in a chaotic situation, even when there's no clear rule book. But teaching a machine that kind of intuitive, messy human understanding, that's proving incredibly difficult.
Yeah. It's like we don't even realize how complex our own common sense is until we try to explain it to a machine.
Absolutely. And that leads to all sorts of challenges for AI. Like, imagine an AI trying to navigate a busy street.
Oh, man.
With pedestrians and cars and bikes all moving around. There are so many unwritten rules and social cues that we humans just pick up on.
Right.
But for an AI, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, that makes sense. So is that what's holding back the AGI is here moment that everyone's talking about?
It's definitely a major factor. The article also points out other challenges, like AI's ability to learn in messy real-world environments, not just in controlled lab settings.
Okay, so speaking of the real world, that's where things get really interesting when we bring Elon Musk and Sam Altman into the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Musk is famous for his warnings about AI, right? This whole idea that AI can become too powerful, too uncontrollable.
Right.
And then you have Altman, who's literally running OpenAI, one of the companies pushing the boundaries of AI development. So are they totally at odds on this?
You know, it's not quite as black and white as it might seem at first.
Really?
Because Musk actually is very pro-AI when it comes to things like self-driving cars, you know?
Specific applications?
Yeah, very specific applications where the AI is focused on a clear task. His concern is more about what happens when we create AGI. When AI becomes so intelligent that it surpasses our ability to control it. That's the scenario he's worried about.
Okay, so less AI is evil and more, let's be really careful with this incredibly powerful tool.
Exactly.
But Altman, on the other hand, he actually thinks we're pretty close to AGI, right? He even threw out the year 2025.
He did. And he sees it as having the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges.
Wow.
Like climate change, disease, poverty. But even he, someone who's incredibly optimistic about AI, emphasizes the need for global cooperation on safety and ethical development.
That makes sense. So it's not just full steam ahead, even for Altman.
Right. It's more like, let's do this responsibly. Let's make sure we have the safeguards in place before we unleash this incredible power on the world.
Which makes the article's point about gradual integration even more interesting. Because if we're all worried about this one big AGI moment, what if it doesn't happen that way?
Yeah, that's a key takeaway from the article. We might not see a robot butler suddenly appearing in our kitchens, announcing the arrival of AGI. It could be more like AI slowly weaving itself into our lives so seamlessly that one day we just look around and realize
it's everywhere.
Exactly. It's just there, like electricity or the internet.
I mean, think about it. We already use AI in our phones, our cars, our homes.
Right.
Are we already in the early stages of AGI and we don't even realize it?
It's a question worth pondering, and it leads us to another crucial question.
Okay.
If there's no single aha moment, How will we even know when AGI is truly here? What will be the sign?
Whoa, that's kind of mind-blowing. So it's not just about the technology, it's about how we define that line
Exactly.
between really smart AI and true artificial general intelligence.
And that's a question we all need to be thinking about because this field is evolving so rapidly.
Definitely a lot to unpack there. So to wrap things up, it sounds like AGI is more than just a hyper-horizon question. It's about the journey,
Yeah.
the incredible potential,
And the responsibility.
the responsibility we have to guide its development.
I couldn't agree more.
So to our listeners out there, keep your eyes peeled. The future of intelligence might be unfolding right in front of us. And recognizing those signs, understanding what to look for,
That's going to be key.
that's going to be key. We've only just scratched the surface here. But one thing's for sure, the world of AI is anything but boring. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, stay curious.